state judiciary has recently been criticized for what was perceived as its bias against the ruling party, and there were calls for its transformation. Of the 154 newly appointed magistrates, 141 are black and 13 are white. Radebe says this will significantly improve the racial and gender transformation of the lower courts.
We think that will contribute towards the transformation of the judiciary in terms of the constitution of our country, that the bench also needs to be transformed to reflect the demographics of our good South African rainbow nation.
He says transformation was not only about color or numbers, but also the mindset. Government wants people on the bench who espouse the ethos of the country's constitutional democratic order. Cabinet also approved amendments to the Refugees Act. This increased the efficiency and effective functioning of the application process of the asylum system and are part of the broader review of the migration policy that is underway. Lamenting the guidelines of good business practice by South African companies operating in Africa, Radebe said they have been approved to ensure that South African companies promote Africa's development.
There is a very key role that is being played by South African companies in Africa. So this is a guide on how companies from South Africa need to conduct themselves when they do business in Africa in furtherance of this broad Agenda 2063.
Often, companies operating within the continent do not benefit communities in which they operate. This fuels anger and frustration that they are there only to rip off their country's resources. Meanwhile, South Africa will host two major conferences early next month: the South African International Renewable Energy Conference and the second Ministerial Forum on China-Africa Health Development. Lehana Tsotetsi, SABC News, Pretoria.